Hi everyone, and welcome back on another amazing day, guys. And without any further delay, let's jump to the question part. Today's question. Let me share my screen. So here is today's Leetcode question 2125, number of laser beam in a bank, and it is a medium mark question. Okay, let's understand the question first. So here it is given. Here we have given a bank, and each bank has some floor plans. Okay, so for a given example, there are total 4 floors, and each floor has some security devices to protect us from thief. Okay, so each floor has some security devices, and all these devices are denoted by one. Okay, like if there is no security devices on that particular floor plan, then it is denoted by zero. But in every floor, there are some of the security devices, and they are all denoted by one. Means it's a binary format. Okay, and yeah, and there is two conditions which are given. First condition is that basically we have to find the total number of laser beams. Okay, maximum total number of laser beams. But for that, there are two conditions given. First condition is that the laser beam can only pass between the two security devices on two different floors. Like you can't pass one laser beam. Let me give you. So you can't pass one laser beam to another devices on the same floor. Should be like one device should pass one laser beam to the next floor. Okay, and second condition is for each row I where r of I is less than I r after there are no security devices that I throw. Okay, second condition is that if there are two rows, and if there is one more row between that two rows having the devices, then the between wala jo row will have zero devices connected. Like here you can see that. Okay, but I don't think second condition is that much important. Basically, the first we can easily solve using the first condition. Okay, and yeah, let's dry run it first. Like we have given a 2D vector plus a row. What my intuition said is that first you have to count the total number of security devices for the each row. Okay, let's understand. Like in the first row, there are total 3 devices. Okay, in the second row, there are 0 security devices. In the third row, there are total 2 security devices. And in the fourth row, there are total 1 security devices. And each security devices can pass a laser beam to another security devices. It is nothing mentioned that one security device can pass only one laser beam. It is given that one security device can pass to several laser beams on different devices on the another floors on the like different floor. Okay, so for example here in the given case, for example, this is the security devices, and it can pass one laser beam to this floor and another laser beam to this floor. Okay, so one laser beam can pass one security device can pass two laser beam on two different devices on the different floor. Okay, similarly, you can see that for the second devices, it can also pass two laser beams to two different devices on the different row. Okay, now, yeah, so this is the way. Now, let's find how we can solve this question. Okay, so basically, we have to find the total number of beams. Okay, so what I can do is first I will find the total number of devices. So these are the total number of devices on each row. So I will take a vector where I will store each devices, total number of security devices for each floor. For example, this is the first floor, this is the second floor, this is the third floor plan, this is the first floor plan. And one more condition I will put is that if there are no devices connected on that floor, so I will simply ignore that count. So what I can do is in my vector, like newly vector, I can only insert the number of devices which are greater than zero. So 3 to 1, because we don't require the zero security devices wala floor. So this is the vector. I can put it at result. Okay. Now what I can do is I can take two variable. First one is the previous. One variable. First one is the previous. Second is the indexes I is equal to 0, 1, and 2. Now I will traverse one by one. For example, here I will check whether like basically we have to count the total number of laser beams. So what I can do is I simply loop it. For example, res of 0th index is 3. What I can do is I simply result of I into previous. Currently previous is 0, and it will put into that answer wala variable. Basically answer is the total number of laser beams which we have to find. So here 3 into 0 is equal to 0. Okay, after that what I can do is I will like here res of I is treated as the current laser total number of laser beam for that particular floor. So once it is 0, then what I can do is I will simply convert my current wala your total number of laser beam to previous laser beam. So here previous will be a result of I, and here I'm simply looping it for I till n. Okay, now here previous is earlier previous is 0, now previous is 3. Okay, and currently we are at 2 element. Okay, now we'll just simply multiply it. 3 to the 6. Okay, so I will simply, now our answer is 0 plus 6 is equal to 6. After that, now 2 is treated as previous and 1 is treated as current. So we are at current index. Then I will simply multiply 1 into the previous wala part, 2 into 1, 2, and simply add it to the answer wala variable. So now our answer is 8. And yeah, we end the loop because there is no more current element available, and our final answer is 8, and we will just return 8. Okay, so this is the intuition and the logic which I get it from this question. And here if I see the time and space complexity, so like space complexity, here we are using one extra vector, okay, which is res, result wala vector. This is the extra vector which we are using, so order of n. And time complexity is, we are just simply looping it. Okay, we are taking 2 for loops. The first for loop is just extracting the first string, then count the total number of ones from that particular strings. So we are traversing 2 for loops. So our time complexity should be order of n is the total number of elements, and m is the maximum number of size for that particular string. So this is our time complexity, and our space complexity is order of n is the total number of elements, total number of security devices for that particular flow. Okay, but we can optimize this approach little bit by making our space complexity to order of 1. For example, here we don't require this result wala vector. We just simply store our answer variables into that answer wala part. We will see it in a later part of the code. So first we will try this wala approach. After that, if times allow, we will optimize it to order of 1 space complexity. And if we check the constraints, so we will not get any TLE, time limit exceed, because the constraints are very less. So it is only 500. So I think we will not get any yeah. Yeah, let's get started with the coding part. So first I will define a vector which will store the total number of security devices for that particular flow. After that, I have to find the total number of security devices which is denoted by 1 for each floor, and I have to count it and put it into the result wala vector. So for that I will use to follow for int string s bank for cache c s, and here I will define one count variable which will count the total number of devices for that particular floor. And I just simply check if c equals to 1, then simply count plus plus. Okay, and after that, yeah, count plus plus. Yep. And after that, I will simply push push the count into our result vector. I will push only if the count is greater than 0, because we don't want the floor which has no security devices. So I will put a one if condition. If count is not equals to 0, then only uh, push that count into that given vector. Push back count. Okay, so here basically we have stored the total number of devices on that result wala vector. After that, I will take one previous variable to keep track for the given devices, and I will simply loop it for int I is equal to 0, I is less than dot size I plus plus. Yeah, and also I will take one answer variable to store the total number of wait, total number of laser, and I will take one answer variable to store the total number of laser beams which we have to count. Okay, then here for int I is equal to 0, I is I plus plus, answer plus equals to previous into result of I. RSI is the current, you can say that it is a current. number of devices for the particular floor. And after that, I will make my previous to current result of I, and then simply return my answer. Yeah, let me run it whether I will get the current answer or not. Um, there's some indentation error. Yep, like our code has no error so far and it's successfully submitted. Okay, that's good. Now like we have to optimize it because our space complexity is order of n. So here what I'm doing is I will not take this result wala vector, and I don't require this. I require, I will put it at the beginning, and I don't require this one. Yep, I did require this part. For I, and okay, yep. Fss of I, if count is not equals to 0, answer plus is equal to previous into count, and previous is equal to count. Result answer. Let me run it. Why it give me the wrong answer? Uh, um, and answer previous for itna count fc I plus plus. Okay, then I will check if count is not equals to. Unfortunately, we didn't use this braces. Let me run it again. Yeah. So let me submit it. Hmm. So here, like we have optimized our code, and here you can see that like we are not taking an extra vector. We just simply do it using that count and the previous wala variable. Okay, so here we are using one for loop for traversing the each string, and second for loop for count the total number of ones for that particular string. After that, we simply increment our count for that particular floor. Then we will check if the count is not equals to 0 because we don't require the floor having the total having any having no security devices. After that, we just simply add all that security devices like total number of laser beams to our answer variable by multiplying it with the previous and the count, and we just simply convert our previous to count so that we can find the total number of laser beams, and at the last we just return our answer. So yeah, this is all about today's problem, and that's it guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.